How's everybody doing? How you guys doing today? Anybody have any deals you would want to talk about? Okay. You know uh, my assistant sold like 3 houses this past week, and we're writing up all of the contracts and stuff this week, and they all of them all of them were from the all of them were from the signs that we had put out. And so um, that's a big part of what I want to talk to you guys about today, making sure that you guys are having your signs out on your properties there, and making sure that you negotiating and getting these flex options, and so that way you can market these properties for sale. And another thing that we're doing this weekend, and we're totally testing this strategy. I used to do this strategy long time ago when I first got started in real estate investing. We haven't been using it, but in today's market where there's so many foreclosures, so many REOs that have good deals, I want to try it again. And the strategy that we're trying is we're taking foreclosed houses, REO houses on the MLS, and we're doing open houses on them and trying to find buyers for them. And we're doing this a little bit differently. My wife have a real estate agent's license. She's actually a real estate broker, and so we're going to be, number one, trying to buy these houses, not buy these houses, trying to sell these houses as a real estate agent's buyer's agent. But our big goal isn't really to sell that house. If we sell that house, that's great. But we don't sell that house, that's fine. Our big goal is to then build a buyer's list for that area. We want to find cash buyers for that area. We want to find buyers that can qualify for a loan in that area that's looking for a good deal. So that way we can flip short sale deals to them. We can flip REO deals to them. Just pretty much any kind of deal, right? Because they can qualify for a loan. And if they can't qualify for a loan, but they can do they can qualify for an owner financing, then that's great too. We'll find owner financing deal for them. And so what I want you to do, if you're not a real estate agent, is I want you to find a real estate agent in your area that you can work with, and let them know that you want to help them do an open house on one of the houses in whichever neighborhood that you want to farm in, okay? And tell them about this strategy. Tell them about how you will help them do an open house on it, and your goal is to your goal is to build your buyers list. And so y'all can you work it out with them. You guys can split money from the house that you're doing an open house for, as well as the money that you make from all of the buyers that are coming to look at that house, that you'll be selling other houses to them later. Or you can just let that real estate agent make money on that house that you're doing an open house for, and you make money on the other houses from that buyers list that you have. So you can work it out either way. But like I said, this is a strategy that I used very early on in my career, and it worked well back then. I stopped doing it because because those deals were not that great back then, as the market was getting was becoming more and more of a seller's market, where it was so easy for sellers to get high price on them, and buyers were plentiful the deals wasn't that great of a deal, so we stopped doing it. But now in today's market, where there's a lot of good deals out there, and a lot of these deals that we are actually doing this for are deals that we made offers to the REO agents, but for whatever reason they didn't accept our offer, maybe because it wasn't enough, or whatever the case might be. It didn't work out for us as a wholesale deal for REOs. We're converting, we're using those deals to then do we're using those deals to then do open house on them, to find, to not only try to sell that house, but more importantly is to build our buyers list to dominate that neighborhood, so we can sell other houses to them. So so yeah, I want to I'll let you guys know how it turns out, but I know we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it, and I know that we're gonna end up with a pretty big buyers list for that neighborhood doing it. Our goal beyond that, is to be I guess the go-to person for foreclosure properties in that area, so that way anybody who's looking for houses in that area would know better to contact us if they want to get deal on it. And normally when you do open houses on these cheap REO properties that needs a lot of work, you're gonna find a lot of investors, a lot of cash buyers, a lot of contractors that will be coming by to look at them, to buy them. And so you want all of these investors and all these rehabbers to come to you and get on your buyers list, and you can provide what I call the foreclosure hot sheet. So each day or each week, you can email to your buyers list a list of a list of properties that you have picked out that are good properties that they can make offers on. So so you can, I'm giving you the idea. You can modify and tweak it from there. But yeah, for this idea to work well, you do need to work with a real estate agent, at least in the beginning. But I would continue to work with that agent, ongoing. I would continue to work with them ongoing, and yeah, and split the profit of all of these deals with them. Okay, you guys have any question based on that idea, and which one of you are going to try to implement that? I don't know, this weekend or next weekend. Okay, Gilda said, I have a house on contract. I will get my agent to do the open house. How much do we pay them? You want your agent to do an open house? Why aren't you doing the open house yourself, Gilda? And it's all negotiable, by the way. You can pay them a percentage of the deal, or you can pay them, or you can pay them a flat fee. So, but why aren't you doing the open house yourself? Yeah, I'll unmute you, Gilda. Hopefully you'll have your audio.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Okay. Yes. Yes, Gilda. Yes. Yeah, so tell me about this deal.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
go ahead.
I have a single family home that I have on contract. And 2 weeks ago, I had spoken with you and with Stan, and you advised to do the ad saying desperate must sell.
Mm-hmm.
I went on ahead and did the ad. And from the ad, I've ended up with at least 50 prospective buyers.
Good job.
Yes, I was real pleased with that. So what I wanted to do is not, maybe it's not really an open house, but an auction whereby I will have all of them to come on Saturday and Sunday and do the bidding, and then the house would go to the highest bidder rather than, just have them come one at a time looking at the house and wasting a lot of time.
Right. So
And
you're
I'm,
retailing this
mhm.
house, right?
Yes, I'm retailing it because I'm not really sure how to do the process of the as far as doing an open house. I've never done anything or an auction or anything like that before. That's the reason why I wanted to get the agent to handle it for me.
Oh, but the agent has never done anything like that before either.
Yeah, she's done. I don't know if she's done auctions before, but I know she's done open houses before.
Well, a normal open house is really easy to do. I don't think you
Okay.
should. I don't think you should have your agent do it. I think you should do it.
Okay. How do I do it?
You print out some flyers.
All right.
You make up some open house signs, even if it's just you go buy some blank signs and you handwrite them. That's fine. Right. Handwrite some signs says open house now with an arrow that points to your house,
Okay.
and and yeah, and then have a sign-in sheet. So everybody come in that they're gonna sign in.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go pick up this, see if you can pick up this book if you want to
Uh-huh.
learn more about the auction strategy.
Okay.
Pick up this book called um, How to Sell Your Home in 5 Days by Bill Efros.
Bill Efros. Okay.
Do you have my home study course?
Yes, I do.
I think it's in the DVD. I don't remember which DVD. Maybe in DVD um, 6, 7, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but review those DVDs. On one of the DVDs. I go through the how to sell your home in 5 days strategy in pretty detailed, so you
All
can
right.
follow that.
Okay. All right. So I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
I was kind of nervous because I'm not quite familiar. I thought I wouldn't know how to do it on my own. That's why I was going to get the agent. She's a buyer's agent. I was going to get her to help me to do it.
right. Well, I mean, like I said, if you're doing just a normal open house, and
Hmm.
that probably will be the first one that you do, and if that doesn't work, and you can't find a buyer, then you can do a full-blown auction.
Hmm.
But if you're gonna do a normal open house, it's pretty easy. I mean, have you ever been to an open house?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, well, based on your experience of attending an open house,
Hmm.
what do you think you have to do?
Basically, when I went to the open house, I did a sign-in sheet. I signed in on the sign-in sheet, and they had flyers with the details regarding the home, the price, the financing terms, and mortgage payment, and all that. And basically, that was it. I walked through the home, and um, then it was time to either decide to put an offer in or you just walk away.
Right. Well, so so knowing that, that's pretty simple, wouldn't you say?
Yes, yes, it is. It is.
Okay, so do you think you can then duplicate that?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so there you have it. So now you have the experience that you need already
Mm-hmm.
to do these deals, to do these open houses.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
so yeah, so give that a try this weekend, and it's okay. If it doesn't go well, at least you'll gain some experience out of it. Do you have some blank signs now?
No, the signs that I had were the ones that I got printed up. I'll have to try to find the type of what you call corrugated board to make the signs up.
Right.
I tried previous to having those printed up to try to obtain some, but I wasn't able to locate them. I went to Home Depot
Oh,
and
yeah, oh, you can't find those signs at Home Depot. You're gonna have to open up the yellow pages
uh-huh.
and look for sign companies and call them up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, or go online to like yellowpages.com
Yes.
and look for sign companies and yeah, look for sign companies and pick them up and call them up. You're not gonna yeah, they don't sell those at Home Depot.
Okay. I see. All right, I'll do that and then get the signs made.
Right. Yeah. Just just use a Sharpie and handwrite the signs would be fine. And find make sure you have the directional so that way it sends them from the major streets
Mm-hmm.
into your neighborhood and into the house.
Yes.
Now you mentioned that you so you the desperate must sell ads that you ran was that only on Craigslist or did you put out some signs for that too?
I didn't put it on Craigslist. All I did was put out signs.
Oh, you put out signs. Okay.
Yeah, about 100 signs um, on main streets and in the area where the property is located.
Okay, that's good. So you still have some left then to put out more?
No, I don't.
You don't.
No, I had them
Okay.
all put out at the same time within the course
Uh,
of the week, the first week that I put them out.
when was this?
It was about 2 weeks ago that I put them out,
Oh, I see.
and
Okay, so
I'm still getting calls up until this morning. I got 2 calls um, in regards to it.
okay. So how many
Mhm.
people have you shown the house to?
I haven't shown anyone the house. My plan was to, after I accumulate enough, which is I have right now, is to have the open house and have them invite them via email.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see. That um yeah, that's
That's
next
not good.
time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, next time make sure your open house um is close to the time that you're putting out all of these signs because these buyers,
Yes.
I mean, they're calling off your sign. They're in the heat of the moment.
Mm.
They're looking to move into a house. They're moving out of their apartment, whatever the
Mm.
case might be. They're looking
Okay.
for a house now, and you make them wait 2 weeks.
Okay. So you
So
got to
a
get
lot
them
of
right
them are
away.
not. Yeah, a lot of them are not going to wait. A lot of them probably did not wait, and so a
Okay.
lot of them are probably not going to come to your open house.
I see. Okay.
I mean, you should still do it,
Uh-huh.
you and you're learning from this. But yeah, do call all of these back, and
Okay.
do call all of these back and get them to the house. But yeah, it's very important that you know, that you do it while it's hot.
Okay, got you. So I'll
Yeah,
have to get it done this weekend.
yeah. Don't wait any longer. The longer you wait,
Mm-hmm.
the colder those leads become.
I see.
And yeah, I mean, 2 weeks, it's pretty cold already, really. But
Okay.
but still, just do it anyways. Call all of them back and see how many of them will show up for the open house this weekend.
Okay, I will.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Oh, and where did you buy those printed signs?
I bought them from this gentleman in Chicago. I saw he had a sign along the expressway,
Mm-hmm.
and I called the number and I met with him and just explained to him what I wanted, and then he had them printed. And he
Okay.
also distributed them.
How how much did he sell you those signs for?
It was $250 for 100 signs, and he
So
also hanged them.
$250 included him putting the signs out.
Yes, yes,
Okay, then that's a good deal.
yes. I
Yeah,
thought so.
that's a good deal.
Mhm.
Okay, so he should also have some blank signs. So call them and
Oh,
see, call him
mhm.
back and see if you can buy some blank signs from him.
Okay, I will.
Hmm? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good. Okay. Did you drive to where he put out the signs to make sure that he did a good
Yeah,
job putting them out?
yes, he sent me a Excel file with all the addresses or the locations where the signs were,
Wow, that's
And
good.
my family and I did different routes and went and checked and make sure that they were there.
Okay. And how long did those signs lasted out there?
Evidently, they're still out there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so
Yes.
you're in an area where they don't pick it up very fast. So that's good. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hmm.
All right. Well, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, and let me know how the open house go this weekend, okay?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, but from now to the end of the week, get everybody that you can to call
Right.
back all of these people that call you and let them know about your open house.
Hmm. I will.
All right, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right. Let me see here. Julio asked, first weekend put out the sign, second weekend the open house. Is that okay? That is fine. I like to put out signs the week that I'm doing the open house. And so yeah, so that way it's new, it's fresh. And so I don't normally put out the signs on the weekend. I would start putting out the signs on Monday to do the open house that weekend, that upcoming weekend. But you certainly can put out the signs the weekend prior and then let them know about the open house next weekend. You certainly can do that. Anybody else have any other questions or questions regarding the strategy that I talked about at the beginning of the webinar? Who understands that strategy well? Maybe you can explain that strategy to the other people who came on late. I would like to hear your understanding of them. Ron or RC, you guys want to give it a try, or Richard, want to try explaining it? And I'm curious to how you are planning to implement that strategy. You understand it? Okay. All right. All right. I didn't know you were here when I started the webinar, Julio. I thought you came in late or something. Um, Let me unmute you real quick. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. I were you here the whole time when we first started the webinar?
No, 100% because I was upstairs and downstairs, but I can just put in my mind what we did in Houston, and probably I can share that experience.
Oh,
Unless
no,
I
no, no. You misunderstood me. At the
okay,
beginning of the webinar, I talk about a strategy that I'm doing this weekend
oh,
on doing an open house on an REO property
oh,
to try to sell that property as well as build my buyers list for that neighborhood for REOs.
okay. So is it possible that can I ask a question related to marketing and science?
Sure. Yes, you
Okay,
can.
let's say uh, how many I understood how many signs we should put as minimum to sell a house.
How many signs should you put as a minimum to sell a house?
Like 80, that okay, or maybe 100, or
Well, it depends. It depends on the neighborhood. It depends on how fast they pick up those signs. It depends on the effectiveness of the sign. I'll give you an example. You know, the last weekend, not this past one, but the weekend before that, we put out, including the directional open house signs, we put out like 15 signs or so, less than 20 signs.
mhm.
And we got, oh my goodness, our phones were ringing off the hook. We probably got over 100 buyers contacting us from those 15 signs.
And you start putting out probably on Monday, on Tuesday, as you say, and then.
No, not even. On that one, we started putting out, I think it was on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, we started putting out on Thursday. We did an open house on Friday, and we did an open house on Sunday.
Yeah. Because I want to try to replicate that experience here, and I think today I'm gonna sign the flex option in Canada with a friend of mine, and my goal is trying to put the signs probably at the end of April because so far it's rented, and then in the next week, let's say the first, I think it's April, something like a 23. Okay, let me see, 23 and 24 is something like it's gonna be put in the sign in the next week, and we're gonna try to do the open house because it's a little far from me from Toronto, kind of like almost 2.5 hours, and the city is ordinance is a little strict, so I'm gonna only put out signs on Friday and Saturday, and then I'm gonna try to put at least 80 signs, and they keep another 20 signs for 2 days or before the open house to bring more people with the direction sign. I will do the open house. So is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you already bought some? Have you already bought some blank signs?
We already ordered. Is that okay? 24 by 18, the minimum size of
Yes.
the sign. Okay.
Yes, that's the one that we.
Yellow. Yeah, yellow. I'm gonna try to hand reading 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and the phone number.
How are you selling this house? Is it owner financing?
Yes, we're gonna have as a lease option because
Lease
I
option.
think yeah, it's gonna be more profitable, and
Okay, and
there's a lot of.
how much are you guys expecting to get as a down payment?
Oh well, I need to talk to somebody who is doing lease option with the documents, but probably a minimum a down payment close to $8,000 or a little more,
Okay.
because normally, okay, I'm gonna try to be in the game because the person who's gonna sell his house is the brother of my girlfriend, okay? But I
Right.
said, well, we are family member, but business is business, and my goal is trying to take a no refundable option or deposit as part of the
Mhm.
down payment. And here in Canada, let's say the property is going to be around $200,000 at the end of 2 years. So 10% represents $20,000. But probably I need to talk to somebody else. Have to be minimum like 10, 12, 50. I don't know exactly the amount, but minimum have to be at least $10,000 as a down payment. And that's going to be a split in between the people involved here, and then the minimum payment that's going to cover all the mortgage plus an extra cash. And then we're going to hope to be, well, we have to be sure we're going to sell this house at the end of probably 18 months or 24 months from now on.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Uh,
So yeah, so it's yeah. I mean, sounds like you know what you need to do now. So that's good.
yeah.
So
Do you
yeah.
think like probably in online what we did, we should put like I try to open what is called a kind of blog with the email with a picture of the house and a little video tour, like with Jeff experience he did in, I think it's in Missouri, putting like a YouTube. I'm gonna put like a video tour and bringing more people. Is that okay that I can use that as well?
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can do as many things as you want.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
just the best use. Yeah. I mean, uh, the best thing is if you can advertise where those buyers hang out, where you can find those buyers, and so um, I mean, it's about calculating what might be the best use of your time. If you just be putting it on YouTube and expect someone to go on YouTube to find it themselves, then that might not be a good idea. But if you put it on YouTube and then send it out an email or or send out in flyers and letting people know about it, to go look at your YouTube video so they can see the property of they can see the property, then that's better. And then advertising Kijiji and sending people from Kijiji to YouTube to look at the video, stuff like that.
Correct. My plan is divided like online, offline, right? Online here in Canada is very famous Kijiji, and online we're gonna use signs 1 week before, and we're gonna flag probably like 3 or 4 blocks around the area, a lot of flyers, so we can pay a referral. I don't know how much would be for the neighbor if they bring a qualified buyer. So the idea is trying to get a lot of buyers and then qualify the potential candidates.
Right. Okay. So that's good.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
You're welcome, buddy.
Bye bye.
All right. So who was here at the beginning of the? Oops. Who was here at the beginning of the webinar that you would like to share with other people about the strategy I talked about, and maybe how you apply, how are you thinking you might want to apply them in your market area? I know that when I talked about that, I know RC was on, Richard was on, Ron was on. I don't remember who else was on. Maybe even Gilda was on. Anybody volunteer? Don't be scared. Okay. Right, I guess you guys are scared. Ron said he didn't fully get it. Okay. Well, I was at the beginning of the webinar, I was sharing with the guys, the people that were on, about a strategy that I used to do at the beginning of my career a long time ago, and I stopped doing it, but now I'm doing it again. I'm kicking it back up again this weekend here. And what I used to do was, since my wife, my wife is a realtor, and whenever I have a house in the neighborhood that I need to do an open house on, what I used to do was I used to go on the MLS and I would find other houses in that neighborhood and contact those listing agents and do an open house on those too. And so I would end up doing like 3-4 open houses in one neighborhood in one weekend, and that allows me to dominate that neighborhood and allows me to build a really good buyers list for that neighborhood. And so so what I'm doing now with that, and how I'm tweaking and fine-tuning that strategy, because right now there's so many foreclosures out there, so many REOs, and so what I'm doing is I'm picking the REOs that are good REOs that that had potential, but for whatever reason we were not able to get that deal, maybe because our offer was less than what they want, but we know it's a decent deal. So what we're doing is we're doing an open house with those REOs. Okay, we're doing an open house with those REOs, and then from there, number one, we're going to try to sell that house. But what's more important to us than selling that house is the buyers list that we are going to be building from that open house. So, with these REOs and how they are priced low already, we're going to be attracting cash buyers. We're going to be attracting investor buyers. We're going to be attracting contractors who have money and are willing to fix it up themselves. Attracting landlord buyers, and we might even attract some retail buyers. But I think we're going to attract more investor buyers than retail buyers because of the price of these homes that we are marketing. And so what we're going to do from that is we're going to add those buyers onto our buyers list, and we're going to start to email to them a daily hot sheet of buyers. I mean, not of properties, of good deals, of good deals in that area. And so, of course, if you don't have properties daily, you can send it to them weekly, send them other wholesale deals and stuff. But we want to the areas that we farm in, we want to be the dominant foreclosure foreclosure expert that all of these buyers are going to go to whenever they want a foreclosure deal. So that way we can sell REOs to them. We can sell foreclosure short sales to them, different types of deals to them. But so I highly recommend that you find a real estate agent and partner up with them and do something like that. Okay, and you guys can split the profit on that deal that you're selling, and also split on the profit of future deals from those buyers that come. If you're in a neighborhood where there's a lot of foreclosures, you can even do multiple open houses in one weekend as well. Of course, you need help because only one person, a person can only look over one property. So your agent can do one, and you can do one. You just need to have an agent so they can contact the listing broker, the listing agent, and ask for permission. But once you have their permission, then it doesn't really matter who who does the open house. And so so highly recommend for you guys to do that. Okay, so anybody have questions on that? Is the agent an REO agent? It doesn't have to be. You can partner up with any agent to do the open house. And the money that you're going to make from it is from the agent's commission. Okay? And of course, for future deals that you're selling to those buyers, then the money, those would be called your wholesale fee. So you understand it better now, Ron? Okay. Good. All right. So who's gonna go and give that a try this weekend in their neighborhood, in the area? Who's gonna give it a try? Ron, you gonna give it a try this weekend or next weekend? Or Richard, or any of you, RC or Steven, or any of you? Gonna give it a try? Can't do it this week, hopefully soon. Okay, good. Please explain the paperwork you would use. Well, calling, you would have to, if you to make money on that house, it's your agent is going to make money as a buyer's agent, and so the paperwork you would use is whatever paperwork that the agent normally use. As far as the paperwork for the agreement between you and your real estate agent, excuse me, then you can just type up something simple, that explain that you and the agent are going to get into this marketing joint venture, and that you are going to split whatever profit that comes from this marketing joint venture. Okay, so just simple document. I mean, I do this with my wife, and so, I don't sign any agreements with my wife, but you certainly can just type up something simple there. But as far as like when you get to the actual deal, when you get to the actual deal, then it's the normal paperwork that your agent would use in your state. So I mean, it's just a normal contract that they normally use. So that's the paperwork part for it. And thanks, Ron. Anyone else have questions either regarding anything we talked about today or regarding anything in general? I hope you guys have been taking advantage of this tax this tax credit. It's going away really, really soon, and I noticed that there's a lot more buyers out there right now this month here than before this. I think buyers are getting ready to look for houses for the summer, because the summertime is the best time that they move since the kids are getting out of school, and so it's definitely picking up a lot more than what it was during the winter time. So I mean, now that spring is here, this is the best time. This is your best chance. If you can't sell houses in spring and in the summer, then you're gonna have a really tough time in the fall and in the winter. I heard that the tax credit was extended. Have you heard this, Tim? No, I have not heard that. Yeah, I'll check into it, but I haven't heard anything about that. Is this webinar going to be posted because I missed the start of it? Yes, it will be. As with all of our webinars, all of our webinars are posted on the replay in the Videos University area, and so certainly this one will be posted. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was gonna check on the tax credit extension thing, but I'll check on it later on. But I haven't heard anything about the extension. Extend to December of 2010. Well, I know right now it's to December of 2010, but only if you are in the military and you've been away these time that the tax credit is going on. So you have to be in the military, and you have to have been, I guess, out of the country. Then you have until December 2010. But for everyone else, from what I know now, it's April 30th. It's when you have to get the contract in, and then June 30th is when you have to close your property by. Yeah, I'll check into that stuff, but I haven't heard anything about it. All right, any other questions? Either about what we talked today, or about real estate investing in general, or anything. All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, we're gonna go ahead and end the webinar for today. And so yeah, so Stan is back doing the Live Deals TV tomorrow. So I'm done with doing the Live Deals TV for, I guess, the last week and a half now. It's Stan is going to go back, and of course I'm still gonna do the happy hour TV, and so make sure you guys tune into to both of those shows there. All right, Richard found a link here about the tax credit. Let me look at it real quick. So this is just a possible bill proposal, but we don't know for sure if it's going to get passed or not. I'll be really surprised if it does get passed, though, because that'd be kind of crazy. Let me read it real quick here. All right, so it's just posted today. The first-time home buyer tax credit extension is likely to be a very hot topic in Washington over the next few weeks. There have been rumors that a December 2010 extension is a possible bill proposal, but no one knows for sure. It will be very interesting to see what Washington does with this issue. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, it's possible, but I'm not going to depend on it. And you know, and so if it does get extended, that's I guess that'll be more great news. Give us more opportunities. That's good. But yeah. So that's good. So let's you know, let's cross our fingers and hope it does get extended. But if it doesn't get extended, no big deal. We'll move on and continue to do the owner financing anyways. Julio said, for a Canadian, do you know how much down payment they need to invest in USA? I have no idea. Yeah, you would have to talk to a mortgage company to talk about that. But for owner financing here in the U.S., we don't have a requirement of how much you know, how much to put down. So a Canadian can put, you know, can even put zero money down if it's you know, if it's owner financing. It's not a law here in the U.S. of how much you have to put down. It's just a requirement from the bank. And different banks have different requirement, different loan program, and so it's up to the bank that you guys are getting a loan from. There's I mean there's no base requirement of how much to put down here in the U.S. All right, y'all. Well, you guys have a great day, and look forward to seeing you guys on tomorrow's happy hour. All right, bye, and talk to you next week as well on the next webinar there as well. If I don't see you online, if I don't see you on Happy Hour TV. Everybody, you have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye bye.